Catastropika. Catastropika is Pikachu's first signature Z move, transforming the already powerful Volt Tackle into an electrical catastrophe that would make power companies file for bankruptcy. When executed, Pikachu curls into a ball of pure electrical energy before being launched like a volleyball served from hell, striking the opponent with such force that the resulting explosion can be seen from space. With a massive base power of 210, Catastropika delivers devastating damage without the recoil that plagues its base move, making it the perfect balance of power and safety. The Z crystal required for this move, Picanium Z, cannot be found in the wild. It must be won through the island trials, ensuring that only the most dedicated Pikachu trainers can unleash this electrical Armageddon. This move is a surge of power so intense that it makes regular Volt Tackle look like static electricity from rubbing a balloon on your sweater. 10 million Volt Thunderbolt. 10 million Volt Thunderbolt takes Pikachu's signature Z move concept and cranks it up to 11 million, serving as the exclusive attack for Pikachu wearing Ash's cap. When executed, Pikachu channels electricity into a massive thundercloud that unleashes 7 different colored lightning bolts simultaneously, creating a prismatic electrical assault that's as visually stunning as it is devastating. With a base power of 195, this rainbow light show deals massive damage while creating the most Instagram-worthy battle finale in Pokémon history. In the anime, Ash's Pikachu used this move to defeat Volkner's Electivire in a climactic battle. The special Pikachunium Z crystal required for this move can only be obtained through getting Ash's hat. The move's name is particularly amusing. While conventional power plants might produce thousands of volts, Pikachu casually tosses around 10 million, suggesting either incredible power or a profound misunderstanding of electrical measurement units. It's excessive, beautiful, and guaranteed to leave your opponent both defeated and slightly confused about what just happened. Stoked Sparksurfer. Stoked Sparksurfer transforms Alolan Raichu's already impressive Thunderbolt into a psychic electric surfing exhibition that makes professional wave riders look positively amateur. When activated, Alolan Raichu creates a massive electrified psychic wave that it surfs toward the opponent, delivering both massive damage and a guaranteed paralysis effect. With a respectable base power of 175, this move combines style and substance in a way that perfectly embodies Alolan Raichu's laid-back yet powerful regional variant personality. The Alolan Z required for this move can be acquired in Steel Folk Village by showing a lady in the Steelix boat and Alolan Raichu. Stoked Sparksurfer perfectly embodies the cultural shift that transformed Raichu from Kanto's forgettable Pikachu evolution into Alola's chilled-out Psychic Surfer. Proof that sometimes all a Pokemon needs to become cool again is a surfboard, some psychic powers, and what we can only assume is a steady diet of Alolan Malasadas. Extreme Evoboost. Extreme Evoboost is what happens when Eevee gathers its entire evolutionary family for a power-boosting intervention. When activated, this Z move summons spiritual apparitions of all 8 evolutions: Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon, Espeon, Umbreon, Leafeon, Glaceon, and Sylveon, which channel their energies into Eevee in a spectacular light show. Unlike other Z moves, Extreme Evoboost doesn't deal any direct damage. Instead, it raises every single one of Eevee's stats by 2 stages simultaneously, creating the most comprehensive stat boost in Pokemon history. This Z move, derived from Last Resort, requires the Eeveeum Z Crystal, which can only be obtained after completing Eevee-specific trials in the games, beating all Eevee users and Kagetora himself in the thrifty Mega Mart. The move's animation, which features a heartwarming family reunion of every possible Eevee evolution, makes it one of the most visually appealing Z moves in the entire catalog. It's basically calling in all your successful siblings to help you with your job interview. Slightly embarrassing to need that much help, but undeniably effective when they boost literally every aspect of your performance. Pulverizing Pancake. Pulverizing Pancake transforms Snorlax's Giga Impact from a generic charging attack into a food-themed catastrophe that perfectly captures the essence of this food-based Pokemon. When executed, the normally lethargic Snorlax rises to its feet with unexpected agility, charges forward with surprising speed, and launches itself skyward before crashing down on the opponent with all its considerable weight, essentially turning itself into a living meteor of fat and fur. With a massive base power of 210, this move deals devastating damage while providing one of the most comically appropriate Z moves in the entire catalog, because what could be more fitting for Snorlax than an attack named after breakfast food? The Snorlium Z required for this move can be obtained bundled with the Snorlium Z Munchlax in Sun and Moon, and from Tidesong Hotel when you have a Snorlax in your party. The move's name is particularly inspired, acknowledging that while other Pokemon might have elegant or intimidating signature attacks, Snorlax's greatest weapon will always be its ability to flatten things beneath its pancake-like body, a simple yet devastatingly effective approach to combat. Genesis Supernova. Genesis Supernova allows Mew to tap into its status as the ancestor of all Pokemon, transforming the already powerful psychic attack into a creation-level event that reshapes the battlefield itself. When activated, Mew generates a swirling galaxy of psychic energy that expands outward in a massive explosion, dealing devastating damage while automatically setting up psychic terrain for 5 turns, the only Z move that creates terrain as a secondary effect. With a base power of 185, this move delivers power befitting the original mythical Pokemon while providing strategic battlefield control. The special Munium Z required for this move is available at the Pokemon Bank promotion and the Tidesong Hotel, provided you have a Mew in your party. The move's animation, which shows Mew manipulating cosmic forces with casual ease, reinforces its status as one of the most fundamentally powerful Pokemon in existence. The name Genesis Supernova perfectly captures Mew's role in Pokemon lore as the genetic ancestor from which all other Pokemon supposedly evolved, essentially allowing it to harness the power of creation itself as an attack. Genesis Supernova equates to having your great-great-great-grandfather show up at a family reunion and casually demonstrate that despite his age, he can still bench press a car, ancestral power that doesn't diminish with time. Sinister Arrow Raid. Sinister Arrow Raid transforms Decidueye's Spirit Shackle from a simple ghostly arrow into a full-scale phantom archery exhibition that would make Robin Hood retire in shame. When activated, Decidueye takes to the skies before summoning dozens of spectral arrows that hover ominously around it. With deadly precision, the arrows rain down on the opponent from all directions before Decidueye itself delivers a final devastating strike from above. With a base power of 180, this Z move delivers power that matches its impressive visual spectacle. The Deciduum Z required for this move is obtained by completing the game and then receiving it from Professor Kukui in Malai Garden if you started with Rowlet, or from Hau in Route 1 if you did not start with Rowlet. This move debuted in the anime with Hau's Decidueye in the episode Imitation is the sincerest form of strategy. The attack perfectly captures Decidueye's character as a phantom archer, methodical, precise, and overwhelming in its execution. It's excessive, theatrical, and guaranteed to leave the opponent looking like a paranormal pincushion. Malicious Moonsault. Malicious Moonsault transforms Incineroar's Darkest Lariat into a professional wrestling spectacle that would make the WWE file copyright claims. When executed, Incineroar leaps high into the air, creating a ring of fire that surrounds the opponent before crashing down with a devastating wrestling move that combines the feline Pokemon's Dark-type nature with its wrestler persona. With a base power of 180, this attack delivers power worthy of a championship belt while providing one of the most theatrically entertaining Z moves in the entire catalog. In Pokemon Sun and Moon, you obtain Insinium Z from Professor Kukui in Malai City if you chose the Fire-type Pokemon as your starter, or from Hau in Route 1 if you chose a different starter. The Insinium Z appears briefly in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate when Incineroar activates its final smash, Max Malicious Moonsault. The move's name combines wrestling terminology with Incineroar's dark villainous persona, the heel character in wrestling parlance, who revels in being booed by the crowd. It's essentially the Pokemon equivalent of a wrestler bringing actual fire and supernatural darkness into the ring. Excessive, probably against regulation, and absolutely guaranteed to boost ratings. Oceanic Operetta. Oceanic Operetta transforms Primarina's sparkling aria from a simple sound-based attack into a full aquatic concert that would sell out venues across all regions. When activated, Primarina creates a massive water bubble that it infuses with its melodic energy, conducting it like a maestro before launching it at the opponent with a final high note that triggers a spectacular explosion of water and sound. With a base power of 195, this Z move delivers power that matches its artistic presentation. If the Primarium Z is for your starter Pokemon, you'll receive it from Professor Kukui in Malai Garden. If you didn't choose the starter that uses the Primarium Z, you can get it from Hal at your house after you complete the main story. This move's animation in the game showcased the perfect fusion of Primarina's dual talents for both operatic performance and water manipulation. The attack perfectly embodies Primarina's character as the siren-like vocalist of the Pokemon world, combining beauty and destructive power in a single breathtaking performance. It's essentially the Pokemon equivalent of an opera singer breaking glass with their voice, except instead of a single wine glass, they're shattering every bone in the opponent's body with the power of perfect pitch and pressurized water. Splintered Stormshards. Splintered Stormshards is the exclusive Z move for Dusk form Lycanroc, transforming Stone Edge from a simple rock attack into a geological catastrophe. When activated, Lycanroc howls to the sky, causing massive stone pillars to erupt from the ground around the opponent before collapsing inward with crushing force. Beyond its impressive base power of 190, this Z move has the unique secondary effect of eliminating any active terrain effects on the battlefield, making it particularly valuable in competitive matches where terrain control is crucial. In the Pokemon Sun and Moon and their Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon versions, you obtain the Lycanium Z by defeating Nanu in his Grand Trial. The attack's name perfectly captures the visual effect, a storm of shattered stone fragments closing in from all directions with no escape possible. It's essentially the Pokemon equivalent of responding to someone stepping on your property by creating an entire mountain range around them. Territorial, excessive, and absolutely effective at ensuring they'll think twice before trespassing again. Let's Snuggle Forever. Let's Snuggle Forever transforms Mimikyu's Play Rough from a simple fairy attack into horror disguised as cuteness. Despite having perhaps the most deceptively adorable name of any Z move, this attack showcases why Mimikyu is among the most unsettling Pokemon in existence. With a base power of 190, this Z move's damage matches the trauma it surely inflicts. The special Mimikyum Z required for this move was initially available only through special distribution, making it one of the rarer Z crystals. In the anime, Jesse's Mimikyu first appeared in Loading the Decks, where it met Team Rocket in a forest on Mele Mele Island. The attack's name represents Mimikyu's tragic character perfectly, a creature so lonely and desperate for affection that its idea of snuggling forever involves trapping victims in its rag from which they cannot escape. This move is basically like a horror movie villain saying, "I just want to be friends," while sharpening a collection of knives. Cute on the surface, terrifying in execution, and guaranteed to leave the recipient with lasting damage. Clangorous Soulblaze. Clangorous Soulblaze transforms Komao-o's clanging scales from a sound-based dragon attack into a soul-shaking concert of draconic power. When activated, Komao-o's scales begin resonating at increasing intensity, creating sound waves that form into visible dragon-shaped energy around its body before it releases everything in a massive explosion of sound and light. Beyond its impressive base power of 185, this Z move has the unique secondary effect of raising all of the user's stats by one stage, making it both a powerful attack and a strategic setup move. During the race, the All Out brothers rode together on Phil's Komao and came across a boulder blocking the path. They attempted to have Komao use Clangorous Soulblaze on the boulder, but the move failed, causing it to start rolling down the path before being stopped by Go's Boulder. The soul aspect of the name reflects both the stat boosting effect and Komao-o's fighting type nature, suggesting a spiritual element to its martial prowess. It's a rock concert so intense that it not only blows away the audience, but somehow makes the band physically stronger with each power chord. It's loud, visually spectacular, and transformative for anyone involved. Guardian of Alola. Guardian of Alola is the shared signature Z move of all four Island Guardian deities. Tapu Koko, Tapu Lele, Tapu Bulu, and Tapu Fini, transforming their shared move, Nature's Madness, into a demonstration of divine protection that's equal parts awe-inspiring and absolutely terrifying. When activated, the Tapu calls forth a massive humanoid entity formed from island energy, which kneels protectively over the Tapu before delivering a devastating palm strike to crush the opponent. Unlike most Z moves that deal damage based on power, Guardian of Alola reduces the target's HP by 75% of its current value, making it particularly effective against opponents with high HP, but useless against those on their last legs. The Tapunium Z Crystal can be found in the Many World Forest during Tier 3. The move's animation, which depicts the Tapu as being protected by a larger ancestral spirit, adds fascinating layers to the mythology of these guardian deities and their connection to the islands they protect. Guardian of Alola equates to calling your oversized older sibling to handle a playground bully. It's somewhat unfair, definitely intimidating, and absolutely effective at ensuring respect for territory. Searing Sunraze Smash. Searing Sunraze Smash is the signature Z move of both Solgaleo and Duskmane Necrozma, transforming Sunsteel Strike into a solar catastrophe that would make astronomers question their understanding of stellar physics. When activated, the user becomes engulfed in flames that burn with the intensity of the sun itself before charging forward, leaving a trail of fire in its wake before colliding with the opponent in an explosion visible from space. With a massive base power of 200, this Z move delivers damage worthy of a legendary Pokémon representing the sun. In revealing the Stuff of Legend, Ash received a Solganium Z from the newly evolved Nebby. After having his Z-Ring upgraded to a Z-Power Ring by the Guardian deities, Ash and Nebby used Searing Sunrise Smash to open an Ultra Wormhole so Ash and his classmates could travel into Ultra Space and rescue Lusamine. Beyond raw power, this move ignores the target's ability, ensuring nothing can protect against the wrath of the Solar Lion. The move's name combines stellar terminology with the aggressive charging nature of the attack, creating one of the most visually spectacular Z moves in the entire catalog. It's essentially the Pokemon equivalent of throwing an actual star at your opponent. It's excessive, potentially universe-threatening, and absolutely guaranteed to leave a mark. Menacing Moonraze Maelstrom. Menacing Moonraze Maelstrom is the signature Z move of both Lunala and Dawnwing's Necrozma, transforming Moongeist Beam into a lunar spectacle that astronomers would abandon their telescopes to avoid witnessing. When activated, the user calls forth the power of the moon to create a swirling vortex of ghostly energy that engulfs the opponent before collapsing inward with devastating force. With a massive base power of 200, this Z move delivers damage worthy of a legendary Pokemon representing the moon. Like its solar counterpart, this move ignores the target's ability, ensuring nothing can protect against the ghostly wrath of the lunar bat. The move's name combines astronomical terminology with ghostly threat, creating one of the most visually distinctive Z moves in the entire catalog. It's weaponizing an Eclipse, mysterious, potentially cursed, and absolutely guaranteed to leave the opponent wondering what hit them as they fade into unconsciousness. Light that Burns the Sky. Light that Burns the Sky is the exclusive Z move for Ultra Necrozma, transforming Photon Geyser into a cosmic light show that would make even the most spectacular stellar phenomena seem dim by comparison. When activated, Ultra Necrozma ascends high above the battlefield, gathering light from across dimensions before concentrating it into a massive beam that pierces the very fabric of reality itself. With a staggering base power of 200, this Z move delivers damage worthy of what might be the most powerful Pokemon in Alola. Adding to its versatility, this move calculates damage using either attack or special attack, whichever is higher, giving it unparalleled adaptability. In the games, this move is showcased when the player battles Ultra Necrozma, demonstrating why this light-devouring beast is considered one of the most challenging bosses in Pokemon history. The move's name perfectly captures Ultra Necrozma's dangerous relationship with light, consuming it to the point where its very usage becomes destructive to the environment. It's excessive, even by legendary standards, visually unparalleled, and absolutely guaranteed to leave everyone in the vicinity with severe sunburn at a minimum. Soul-Stealing 7-Star Strike. Soul-stealing 7-star Strike is the exclusive Z move for Marshadow, transforming Spectral Thief into a martial arts exhibition that would make even the most accomplished fighting game characters question their skills. When activated, Marshadow's body ignites with ethereal flames as it unleashes a blindingly fast sequence of 7 distinct strikes, each leaving a glowing star mark on the opponent that forms the pattern of the Big Dipper before a final explosive impact. With a massive base power of 195, this Z move delivers damage worthy of this rare mythical Pokemon. The move's name combines Marshadow's ghostly nature with its martial arts prowess, suggesting that each strike targets not just the body, but the very soul of its opponent. The 7-star component refers both to the 7 hits and the star pattern formed during execution, creating one of the most visually distinctive Z moves in the entire catalog. It's combining a ghost story with a kung fu movie, spiritually unsettling, physically devastating, and absolutely guaranteed to leave the opponent questioning which hurts more, their body or their eternal soul. Signature Z moves represent Pokemon battle mechanics at their most personalized and spectacular, transforming ordinary attacks into cinematic sequences that showcase each Pokemon's unique character. From Pokemon's electrical catastrophes to Mimikyu's deceptively named horror show, from Incineroar's wrestling spectacle to Ultra Necrozma's reality-warping light beam, these exclusive Z moves added unprecedented visual flair to the Alolan battle scene. While these moves lasted only one generation before being replaced by Dynamax and Gigantamax forms in Galar, they left an indelible mark on the franchise. The system brilliantly balanced power with personality, creating attacks that were simultaneously effective in battle and perfect expressions of each Pokemon's unique traits. The elaborate choreography performed by trainers added a physical connection between human and Pokemon partners that embodied the spirit of the Alola region and its distinctive approach to Pokemon training. Perhaps most importantly, Signature Z moves provided previously overlooked Pokemon like Mimikyu and Alolan Raichu opportunities to shine with unique capabilities that helped them stand out in the increasingly crowded Pokédex. They gave traditional powerhouses like the Tapu Guardians and Ultra Necrozma appropriately magnificent finishing moves, while allowing fan favorites like Pikachu and Eevee special attacks that reinforced their importance to the franchise. Though Z moves may have been sunset in favor of new battle mechanics, their legacy lives on in the hearts of trainers who experienced the thrill of unleashing these ultimate attacks during Pokemon's 7th generation. From casual players to competitive battlers, the spectacular visual effects and strategic advantages of Signature Z moves created memorable moments that continue to influence how we think about Pokemon battles to this day. And that's every Signature Z move explained. If you enjoyed this breakdown of Alola's personalized ultimate techniques, make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into Pokemon related content.